Alright nerds, we're back for another beer review for IP April, and today we're winding down. It's getting there. It's getting close to the end. The Ridge by Midday NEIPA, New England IPA by Buffalo 9 Brewing out of Calgary. The Ridge by Midday refers to 4 Canadian divisions in World War I taking over Vimy Ridge. History. Buffalo 9 tends to relate a lot to World War I and II, much like Tail Gunner. So again, in support of our troops, in support of history, World War I, World War II, etc. This comes in at 6.5%, 60 IBU, NEIPA, tropical goodness. They don't really talk about the can, but they do talk about the history. Check them out, again, Buffalo 9 Brewing. Let's get this into a glass. Let's give her a sniff. Let's give her a drink. Let's talk. Let's chat here during IP April. So it definitely pours NEIPA-ish. Now it's not super thick. It's not a hazy beer. It doesn't have the oats, the usual like thickeners or what have you. However, it comes like it's a nice like straw colored, translucent beer, thin white head on it. Plenty of carbonation you can see in the glass. I don't know if you can pick it up on that. Aroma immediately, like, bam, tropical. No doubt. But it has this, like, so papaya, mango, orange. Kind of like when we say tropical fruits, the same ones that we always say. But, I mean, that's the types of hops you use, and that's the kind of, like, aromas you'll get. But there's this underlying, like almost a dank thing, which is interesting for New England IPA. Like warm, like tinned fruit, the liquid warmed up, or like room temperature liquid. Yeah, definitely like you get a lot of tinned like pineapple in here. But still, there's this weird, like not disconcerting or bad, but this muddled, warm sweetness, dankness under it. I wonder what that is. That's interesting. Yeah, it is like definitely a dankness, like a marijuana-ish. Interesting. I did not expect that. What the heck? Let's get into this. I'm just looking here for any hops or anything, but it didn't say anything. No date or anything. It smells fine. A lot of tropical. Okay, so let's dig in and we'll see if that peculiar aroma carries over in the palate. It does. Interesting. So it's really hard to pinpoint what it is because you're getting all the fruit in there. Yeah, there's a weird, dank, almost tobacco quality to it, which is really weird. Now, I wonder if that's like my existing palate or not. Or if that's something I just can't identify. It's slightly off-putting. Actually, because it works against the tropical fruit part. Man, I hate to speak bad about Buffalo 9. They're great supporters, great friends of the channel. It works against the flavor. There's a burnt quality to the beer. And it's really... And you smell it in the can. I thought it might have been the glass. Sometimes, for some, it depends what your glass, if you didn't wash it right. And generally I wash them right before this, but I've had it at breweries where you drink it, it's like, what is this smell? What is this flavor? But you get it out of the can. It's almost like ash, like a little ashy. It's unnatural for NEIPA, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. That there's something wrong with the can. However, if you've had this before, again, Ridge by Midday. If you've had this before and you know what that flavor is, or Buffalo 9's on here and they know what it is, let me know. I'm curious if I got a bad can or it's a bad batch. There's just something incorrect about the beer. So there you go. I'm going to put this up anyways. A lesson in identifying weird flavors that don't belong, in understanding that it's not that it's a bad beer, but there's something bad with the beer, if that makes sense. There could be weird, like phenols, for instance, aren't always good in beer. Ash in a NEIPA just doesn't seem right. There's something happened to this beer, and it wasn't the recipe. That I have a strong guess because I've never had a NEIPA with this flavor. I'm not going to drink anymore. But again, this danky, ashy, tobacco-y thing going on top. Unfortunately, it could be the can too, right? Maybe there's something wrong with the can. Cool. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind next time you're having a beer and it's really bad. And think about the type of beer you're having. So in this case, a NEIPA. What are the qualities of said beer? Of normal qualities, because you would have had these beers before. Then investigate. Glassware, can, age of beer. This is Buffalo 9, so it's going to be pretty new. Was there a can malfunction? Was there malfunction outside the recipe? Because I can't imagine that they brewed this and were like, yeah, that's right. This is the right recipe. Somewhere in the process after taste test, after realizing, okay, we can can this, there's something went wrong. Really interesting. Okay, so unfortunate, but lesson learned, and hopefully you all learned a little bit of a lesson. You can help us learn by leaving comments below, following us on social media at Fermented Nerds, squiggly A, Fermented Nerds. And while you brew us up, some thumbs up if you don't mind. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. More IP April coming, and then back to regular schedule after that. Regular beer, brown bag beer reviews, all kinds of fun. Working on some things behind the scenes, some interviews and stuff. Hopefully we can get more of that for you guys. We will see. I'll update that later. I may be having surgery soon on my shoulder. This one, yes, it's hard when you're reversed. Like I said, I don't know why I look camera. If I just did it naturally, I'd pick it up. Weird taping thing. Anyways, this one might need some work on it. We'll find out if that's possible in this day and age of rampant COVID where we live. Anyways, listen, this is Happy Note. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, that was Buffalo 9, Ridge by Midday. Bad example of the beer. I'm quite sure. All that said, this is Fermented Nerds. I'm Wally, and I'm out.